Well, you know, it was 12 years ago when I became the president of Confederation College, and that was a very different time. And the board went through a very open and consultative process, which meant that the entire college had an opportunity to have an input into who was going to be selected as the next president. So given the fact that there were so many people involved in the process, it was as though they knew who I was, they knew what my values were, and they were all cheering for me when I got there. Well, two things that I needed to focus on. One was to get the right team in place, the team that I could work with and that was prepared to move in the directions that we were going to be creating for the institution. And then the second challenge I had was a deficit. I inherited a college with a budget deficit, so I had to make sure that we got the college back on track financially. The most pressing issue we had was the budget deficit, and we had to determine where the challenges were and figure out ways to solve that and solve it very quickly. Well, that's really hard for me to say what I'm going to be remembered for, but what I would hope people would remember was the fact that I was very student-centered, that I understood the core business of the organization, and that I was committed to community development. Well, a couple things. One would be to be true to yourself. I think as a leader you need to know who you are, what your values are, and how you can make a contribution and make a difference. And then the second would be to really understand your core business. I think it's very important for the leader of a community college to understand what the core business of the institute is. Well, I'm doing a whole bunch of things. I'm doing lots of volunteer board work. I'm doing one of the things I said I wasn't going to do, which was fundraising. And I'm doing some private consulting work.